You didn't buy that watch because you needed to know the time. You have a phone. You have a microwave. You have 20 other ways to check the time. But you bought the watch anyway. And not just any watch, the expensive one. The one that made your bank account flinch. Here's what's stranger, you felt better after you bought it. More capable. More put together. Like some invisible part of you had been upgraded. That feeling wasn't random. It wasn't vanity. It was your brain executing a deeply wired psychological program, one that has been running since before currency even existed. And once you understand it, you'll never look at a price tag the same way again. Let's start with the mechanism your brain uses to evaluate literally everything. It's called the price-quality heuristic. And it works like this. When your brain doesn't have enough information to judge whether something is good, it uses price as a proxy for quality. Higher price, higher quality. It's a shortcut. A mental rule that saves cognitive energy. Here's where it gets wild. This isn't just a belief. It physically changes your experience. In a study by Plasman and colleagues at Caltech, participants drank the same wine, but were told it cost either $5 or $4 to $5. The wine was identical. The label was the only difference. But brain scans showed that the medial orbitofrontal cortex, the region that encodes how pleasurable an experience is, lit up significantly more when people thought they were drinking the expensive wine. They didn't just think it tasted better. They neurologically experienced it as better. The expensive belief rewired the taste. This is your brain lying to you, and charging you for the privilege. But here's the irony. The price-quality heuristic exists because it used to work. For most of human history, expensive things were expensive because they were genuinely harder to make, rarer to find, or more durable to own. Price really did signal quality. Your brain learned that equation over thousands of years. It got very good at it. Modern markets broke that equation. Mass production, brand premiums, and status inflation mean price is now just as much a signal of marketing budget as it is of actual craftsmanship. But your brain hasn't caught up. It's still running software from a world that no longer exists. So you walk into a store, you see two options, and your ancient neural circuitry whispers, the expensive one is the real one. Now layer in something even more powerful, signaling theory. In behavioral economics and evolutionary psychology, costly signaling is the idea that sending an expensive, hard-to-fake signal communicates credibility. Animals do it. A peacock's tail is biologically costly. It makes the bird slower, more vulnerable. But it signals genetic fitness so reliably that peahens evolved to find it irresistible. Humans do the exact same thing. When you buy an expensive car, a designer bag, or a premium gym membership, part of your brain isn't buying the object. It's buying the signal, the message it sends to others, and to yourself, about who you are. This is where it gets personal. Research by Vladas Griskevicius and his colleagues at the University of Minnesota found that luxury spending spikes when people feel their status is threatened. Not when they feel secure. When they feel insecure. Expensive purchases are often a defensive move, a way of telling the social environment, including your own internal narrative, that you are still significant. The Rolex isn't a watch. It's a vote for a version of yourself you're not sure you've become yet. But here's the invisible wall keeping you stuck. There's a third mechanism, and it's the most dangerous one, anticipated regret asymmetry. Your brain doesn't just evaluate what a purchase gives you. It calculates the emotional cost of the two possible mistakes you could make. Buying something bad, or missing out on something good. And here's the asymmetry. When price is high, your brain predicts that if you skip it, you'll feel more regret than if you buy it and it disappoints. Expensive things feel like opportunities. Cheap things feel disposable. So you preemptively choose the expensive option to protect yourself from a future regret that statistically may never come. You're not making a financial decision. You're making an emotional insurance decision. This is why you can rationally know a $40 wine tastes the same as a $10 wine and still feel vaguely uncomfortable ordering the cheap one at a dinner party. You're not buying taste. You're buying protection from imagined social judgment. So here's the master key. The psychological trap isn't that expensive things are bad. Some of them genuinely are better. The trap is that you've outsourced your judgment to the price tag. You've let a number do the thinking that your own attention and research should be doing. The upgrade isn't to always buy cheap. The upgrade is to know which category you're in when you reach for your wallet. Are you buying genuine quality you've evaluated for yourself? Or are you buying a signal? Or are you buying emotional insurance? None of those purchases are inherently wrong, but making them unconsciously is expensive in more ways than one. Here's your mental rule. Price is a hypothesis, not a verdict. Treat it like one. When you feel the pull towards something more expensive, pause and ask, what is this purchase actually doing for me? Is it solving a real problem? Is it buying a signal? Is it managing a fear? You don't have to stop buying expensive things, but you should know why you're buying them. Your micro-action for today: The next time you're choosing between two options at different price points, write down, even in your head, one specific, functional reason the expensive one is better. Not better looking, not better feeling, functionally better. If you can't find one, you've just caught your brain in the act. If you want to understand more about how your brain shapes every decision you think you're making freely, you'll find more of that here. The rabbit hole goes deep.